Hello, everyone. I'm really happy that I can share this moment of space and time with you today. Thank you for invitation. I was listening another lectures since this morning, and I know the whole schedule, and I'm really so grateful in a way that this meeting exists. I think it's more than useful and needed in times nowadays. And when I saw what topic is going to be, I took some time to think how can I contribute to this summit. So I'm going to speak from the point of view of ancient medicines and how we can use their symptom nowadays. Anastasia gave a nice introduction. Thank you one more time about myself. But beside doing with patients, I'm also doing a lot of educations, especially with medical workers. And I recognize, especially lately and after COVID and after all these happenings, what happened actually in Serbia, how important is mental health and how important is to work with ourselves and devote part of our days to ourselves. Also, I have to say that my lecture is very nice continuing of Daniel's lecture because he was before me. And in a way, speaking about healthy mind also means to speak and contribute to a healthy body. Many of my patients who are coming, and as well I have medical doctors, my colleagues, nowadays burnout syndrome is very persistent. And many people are having like tiredness, they cannot sleep, or they're mentally, they have one so-called symptom, brain fog. And this all is influencing them because actually the state of focus, of attention, of concentration is very weak. So they all try to see some solutions, how they can contribute to their health more, and they really want to feel better. Beside treatment, and in Chinese medicine, because maybe some of you are not familiar with that, Chinese medicine has several parts, not only acupuncture. There is a treatment with medical herbs, massage, medical qigong, what I'm doing and really practice as well with patients and with anyone else who wants to improve the quality of life. There is something which is called nutrition. But constitutional nutrition in Chinese medicine is a little bit different approach than everything else I think nowadays exists. And as well massage, but this massage can be used by yourself. Actually, it's so-called acupoint stimulations. So there are many different ways beside treatment when you go to see one doctor of Chinese medicine, what actually you can do by yourself in your daily routines. And I'm teaching people how to do that because mostly people want solution now. So if you're a patient, you want to feel better now. If you're a doctor, you want to improve your patient's health now. But the big question, I think, is what is actually now and how much we know about now. Because being present in this moment, I think it's a big part of remedy. It doesn't matter, are you a healer or you're a person who wants to be healed. This I recognized long time ago, even as a student when I was practicing, usually many times wanted to know more and more, but actually the question was always to be present in the moment to find out what that more is about. That's why in my life, I was also always interested about ancient medicines, because I think that ancient people more observe nature and more know about it. Even though nowadays with all informations around us and social networks, we think that we know a lot, or actually many things we can access easier than that time. But we lost the capability to observe things and to see what is actually happening inside of us and outside of us. So that's why I made one concept. I called it the Acukin concept, and I'm going to share today some details and practical sides of it with you. It's combination of Chinese medicine, wisdom of Chinese medicine, as well the calendar of natural time. This part gives us answer what is now and actually how come we can be more connected with the present moment and with the energy of the day, because so far I'm sure that you already realized in your practice and as a person that not that every day is the same. And this is right, because every day in our body, different parts of our body are being activated. And by knowing these parts, we can easier access to the energy of the day. And as I like to say, every day is a present to us, because every day is a remedy. If we are alive, we can use a lot from the just energy of the day, how to focus our intentions and how to heal our mind and body. This calendar is based on sacred Mayan calendar, but I just want to add that there are more of 20 different calendars. I'm using the health approach to it. I'm doing both of these things or areas more than 16 years. And I was witnessing really a lot of cases how the improvement of our health, body and mind can be better. It can have more sense in a way, and also on the end, as I want to say, faster, because everyone today want a fast remedy. Of course, this is half joke, but I understand because we really want to have some solutions now. Is there some shortcut to health? Usually I like to ask this question. I don't think there is, because I think that it's important to devote time to see what is the problem actually. But if I have to say that there is some kind of shortcut in all of this ancient medicine, it would be that we should align with the natural qi. Natural qi means that the nature around us has its own cycles. And as in all ancient medicines, we are just the part of the nature, and all the laws which exist in nature also exist in us. We just forgot about them, or we are just not connected at all. Once when we realize that these cycles exist, we just have slowly to align with them. What we will get that way? We will get the opportunity to understand more what body needs, what mind needs, and how we naturally can give this to ourselves, on the end maybe without visiting a doctor. I know that nowadays there are many different techniques, but at some level, potentials what we have as a humans, I think we don't actually use. I don't speak only about potentials of our brain, there are potentials of the whole body as well. And the point is, once when we are really connected with our body and we can recognize the needs of our body, we communicate clearly. So we will know, we can, how should I say, forget about all the lists of the food and to-do lists, because we will exactly know what our body needs. Is that maybe salty taste or sweet taste as well, and so on, because we can speak and we can be our own doctor. So on the end, this is also one of the topics of nowadays lecture, because I really want to inspire some of you. The remedies inside of us, and this was well known many years ago. And nowadays it's as well known, and there are again a lot of informations about that. But the thing is what we used, because maybe our inner space is full of all these informations, and even though we think we know a lot, do we actually use those informations? How do we use them? And do we have enough space in our body to use it? Because after some time, many times actually, people are telling to me, I'm just overloaded with all the things I read and want to apply. So one of the answers is simplify. Simplify what you are doing, but be really present in the moment, what you are doing and why you are doing. And on the end, I'm going to give one advice of daily routine, what you can do, because when you're doing practically, here there is one rule. You don't measure time anymore by linear time. It doesn't matter did you practice 5, 10, 15 minutes, because you got a quality of your practice. And then this multiplies itself many times. So even sometimes can be 1 minute, but you reach that stadium of that 1 minute to use it fully. In Chinese medicine, vital substances are very important, and this will be one of the answers how we can nurture ourselves and how we can cultivate ourselves. What are basic and most important vital substances? Those are so-called Jing. Maybe some of you hear it for the first time, but Jing for me, it's like a pearl of Chinese medicine. And because I was living in China and I was really trying to learn a lot from Chinese masters about it, sometimes as a joke, I'm saying the pearl I get from China and being there is actually the art of medical Qigong, because this is one of the ways how we can replenish this substance, and I will explain why. And besides Jing, there are Qi and blood. Also, there are many others, but these three are very important. And I would also like to say that there are specific cycles inside of our body, how these substances are forming, how do we use them, and how they replenish themselves, but at the same time they're diminishing also, so we are wasting them by time. For the women, it's important to know, and this is written in a very ancient book of Chinese medicine, Huangdi Neijing, the book of the Yellow King, internal medicine of Yellow King, that our cycles are 7 years for women, and for the men they're 8 years. So this is one of explanations why women are getting older faster than men. The first important cycle, of course, all cycles are important, but the one I want you to pay attention, even though it's going to be in your case, or it was, is the 5th cycle. So this is the moment when woman has 35 to 42 years, and for the man is different, it's 40 to 48. And this is the moment, if not earlier, we really should pay attention to our health from many sides. I'm speaking about and mental and physical and energetical and emotional health, because this is the first time when we actually, all of these substances slowly decline inside of our body. In the women case, it's usually more severe, because if they are mothers, we say lost already some blood or Jing or Qi, and for both and men and women, somehow this is the cycle of life when we have creative power. We want really to do something, to manifest something, to create something, earlier and later as well. But somehow this 35 to 45, I would say, we feel replenished. We really have energy to do something and we use it. But at the same time, as I said earlier, I want you to remember this, is the right moment not only to use, also to give to body something back. So what is actually Jing? Jing is the substance which is given to us by coming to this world. This is why we are alive. The part of it is hereditary, so it's given by our parents. And that's why we are saying that our health is really connected with the health of our ancestors. But the big part is also influenced by our daily activities, by our life. It's like a fuel. We are using it. It's not something that you can really there is no easy way how we can replenish that, except daily activities, how you can remind your body that also it has to produce more Jing. It's connected with immunity of the body. And that's why in Chinese medicine, we are saying if some person during childhood had many diseases, probably the Jing is already impaired, as well later during life. Jing is also connected with kidneys. Kidneys are very important. All organs are important, but kidneys are the source of our health because they're as well connected with hereditary aspect, what we brought here in this life, but also with focus, intention, planning. All deeper things we really want to achieve in this life are connected with kidneys as well. And I want to say that the first source of Jing is just below our navel, and anatomically speaking, this part is also connected with kidneys. So you can imagine below navel, there is one belt, and in this belt are our kidneys and our Jing. Why this is also important? Because in our life, in order to achieve some results, we really have to be brave. It means to overcome our fears. And in Chinese medicine, kidneys are connected with fears. So if a person is easily afraid, or it's not in the state to overcome fears, or it needs more courage, sometimes we say, it needs more jing, or some things should be done in this direction. And again, I want to just to say, fears used to block the energy of the body. So when we are really in the deep fear, we used to be frozen as well. So the first organ which is connected with that are kidneys. So slowly we start to lose energy, but there is the way to replenish. Don't worry. So this is the first. The second is qi. It's the vital energy of our body, and very often I'm speaking about that. But usually we are thinking, person has energy or person doesn't have energy. But in Chinese medicine, this qi means different aspects, because there is a qi which defends our body, and this is, for example, immunity. Are you prone to some diseases? Are you easily to get flu or headache or this kind of things, or maybe some gastrointestinal disorders? Or it's not so easy. Yeah? It means, does your body defends you or not? Do you have actually this so-called Wei Qi or not? Then there is a qi which warms our body. So it means, are you a person who is sensitive to cold or not? There is then qi which is connected with our emotions, qi which is connected with food, and so on and so on. So it's not really so simple to say some person has energy or not, but we should go deep to it. And that's why the name of the lecture is aligning the qi of our body with actually the nature. Because when we are aligned, this is the easiest way how our body is using the qi of the nature, because the nature already knows which kind of qi has to be given to a body in specific moment. And what is true, nature is giving this to us, but usually we are not present to observe it or to receive it, because we are not aligned with our usual internal processes. As we like to say in Chinese medicine, the mind is not there, mind is somewhere else. So we are not really present and connected with our body. And the third vital substance is blood. And blood, of course, is connected with everyone, but maybe more with women, because it's connected with our menstrual cycle, with pregnancy, with delivery, and so on. And blood means also how we are open to life, because it's a vital substance which gives life to our body. So general advices after all of this is, I like to sum up to breathe, eat, and sleep. These are three things, but what do they mean here? Because I know you have heard from different aspects about it. Breath is very important as a part of qi. So when we are breathing and when we are conscious breathing, and nowadays there are many techniques, actually we are directly influencing the qi of our lungs, and the qi of our lungs is directly connected with that so-called Wei Qi, which is defending ourselves. So this is the first thing, and this is the first advice, because on the end I'm going to sum up to 3 advices what you can do every day. This is one point, and it's very easily to present to you this way while you are looking at me. So if you place your fingers, this is the position, in a so-called, this is clavicula, the bone here, and then you just find the small triangle. It's a hole actually, middle of clavicula. You go down 1 to 2 centimeters and you will find this hole. If you move your shoulders in front, backward, it's easier to find. If you press, it's usually a little bit painful, especially if you're doing this for the first time. So this to do 1 minute per day, and several times if you're easy to get tired or in the moments when there is a stress. So you do 1 minute like this, and as well 1 minute like this. It's very fast way to replenish the body energy, the energy of the whole body, because this is actually the first point of 365 points in the human body, and it's very important one. And this is why it's also important to pay attention how do you sit. If you sit like this way, or if you're in the status of being afraid or being stressed, usually we are in this position, yeah? So we actually close the first point of 360 points. So this is as I said, the first advice to that. Breathing, it means also medical Qigong, because actually Qi means breathing, and there at Gong is the movement. So on my courses, I'm teaching people different kinds of movements in which way you're capable to control your Qi level, your emotions, releasing emotions, and the different things. Eat is the next one, and of course it's very important nowadays, and I say I think you will have some nutritionists during this summit to speak more about that. Just one thing here from the point of view of Chinese medicine, I would like to say there are 5 elements, but nowadays all over the world the earth element, speaking about digestion, and digestion is connected with the earth element, it's influenced a lot, and a lot of my patients have disorders with earth element. It means that maybe stomach is bloated, they're easily tired, or they're getting gases, or digestion stool is not regular, and so on. This means deficiency of earth element. And earth like element is of course connected with the whole earth, so the situation outside is being reflected somehow inside of our body. And the first thing you should avoid is our milk products, yogurt, very important, yogurt not, because it's blocking the Qi of spleen and stomach. Less meat as well, and more plant-based food. So this is something what I really recognize almost every day in my clinic. And the third one is sleep. Here I just want to give advice which is connected now with the season of spring. So for sleeping, we already know that we should go earlier to bed and switch off all social networks, for example. But in this case, it's really important to go to bed before 1. So if you're a person who tends to go to sleep very late, don't do it now during spring. Try to be in your bed before 12, because from 1 to 3, actually already at 11, the element of wood is being activated, and this element is active during spring. So it means we have to give time to our liver, which is active from 1 to 3, to get rest. Liver is opening inside of our eyes. So in this time, if we are on the social media or we are looking at our mobile phones, in the time when liver has to rest, we are actually giving more informations, and she needs to continue to work. So this is, and of course, it's connected with the menstrual blood. In case of women, so it's directly influencing your menstrual cycle. So this is maybe one of interesting explanation why, if you have problems with menstrual cycle, it's late, it's too early, there is a lot of blood, it's painful. One of the first advices should be go to sleep earlier than midnight, actually. And with this, yes, I would like just to add that how would be the best way to align ourselves with these natural cycles is to get to know them. What does it mean? First of all, what we all can experience is that each season, and in Chinese medicine there are actually 5 seasons, is bringing activation of different element. And what should we do? What should be practical actions? What should we do in our everyday to align ourselves? There are many advices and many movements, and all of them I sum up all of them in this Acukin concept, and I'm teaching this. But one of the things I can share with you this spring, because it's activation of element wood, it's very challenging one. Why? Especially in our country, because real spring, it means it's there, but next moment it's not there, because there is a sun, there is a wind, there is a snow, and this means diversity of weather outside, but actually in our body it's happening as well. In the way, this is not good, because liver is connected with suppressed emotions, and the first thing which is going to be moved inside of our body are some deep emotions. So if you felt that maybe in 2 previous months, or especially previous weeks, you're easily to get angry, and then you want to scream, or you want to cry, and you cry more than in earlier days. And then suddenly you are happy and you want to laugh, so you go from plus to minus, and so on and so on. This can show you that your liver in general is not in the state of balance. And it's important to be in balance, because it's the first element of the other 5 elements. So that's why it's important to make a good start now. 3 more weeks, this element is especially active. So what you can do is beside this point, for example, it's actually to clap on your liver, tapping gently your liver. If someone doesn't know, liver is below the right ribs. It's on the right side of our body. So right ribs, I'm just going to stand up. So here. So you can really gently, like 20 to 30 times, just tap your liver, or doing more often if you feel that you're under stress or your emotions are not really balanced, in order to release them. And it's very important to even to verbally maybe say something if you feel that, why I'm telling this, especially for women, because one part of liver, collateral or meridian, is directly connecting with thyroid gland. And nowadays, many of my patients which have the disbalance of thyroid gland, it means hypo, hyperfunction, or Hashimoto, or whatever, actually the real cause is liver. So that's why we are treating liver, and it's connected with they come because of thyroid gland, but this is very good to be done as prevention as well. And I want to conclude this with that another part of Acukin is a connection with the natural flow of time. And 5 more days, especially in this moment when this summit is being held, we are in the days of so-called yellow human wave spell. This is another terminology, and I'm quite aware that maybe for some of you, my lecture is another world, because the terms I'm using are not in everyday life. But actually everything is about frequencies. So in this world, there are many frequencies, but we want to live healthy frequency. It means healthy status of the body, mind, and emotions. And yellow human wave spell is giving us the great opportunity to first realize who are we as humans, because there are 20 different wave spells, but only this one giving us opportunity really more to connect with ourselves. Which potentials do we have? How do we use them? And there is one very important topic, free will. Do we have it, and how do we use it, and how do we express it? And especially the big attention you pay on your physical body, because especially in Serbia, all events, what happened previous weeks, could influence our body that we just feel frozen. We don't have reaction, or somewhere deep we are just in the status of shock. So do some of techniques, I again say medical Qigong is just one of the ways how we can release our body. But it's very good opportunity to apply in our life all of those beautiful lectures and advices we got here for many lecturers. So I really wish all of you, first lecturers, success in today and tomorrow, and for all participants, a bunch of quality advices you can apply in your everyday life.